listen to that wonderful sound of the Merlins coming in from behind.
The iconic formation of the Lancaster Spitfire and Hurricane, 2 Spitfires.
What a wonderful sight, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful Lancaster aircraft, the 2 Spitfires, wonderfully maintained by the BBMF. Lancaster flown today by Flight Lieutenant Seb Davey, co-pilot Flight Lieutenant Jamie Jackson, navigator Flight Lieutenant Chris Stradling, and the engineer squadron leader Jim Stokes. Spitfires flown by Andy Priest and Giles Croft.
So the team based at RAF Coningsby up in Lincolnshire, who have a beautiful, beautiful hangar for these aircraft, and again a massive team who keep these historic living memorial aircraft flying.
Absolutely, and the work that's involved is incredible. So the knowledge base of all of the maintainers, and you think of the knowledge base of the pilots as well. They're flying I'll call it a squadron. It's a flight, but it's basically a squadron, has expanded to include quite a number of aircraft, from the Lancaster, the Hurricane, a number of Spitfires, a Dakota, and 2 de Havilland Chipmunks. Spitfires vary in their different marks, belonging to the unit, from a Mark 2A, a Mark 5, Mark 9, Mark 16 and Mark 19 as well. You see the 2 Spitfires separating from the Lancaster now. That silhouette of the Lancaster, so evocative. My mind goes straight to the Dam Busters, Operation Chastise.
And not just them carrying shit over here.
Nearly 7,400 Lancasters were built over 14 different variants, including the aircraft that were used in the Dam Busters raid, and also the ones fitted to carry the Tall Boy, the 22,000 pound bombs. Lovely tail chase here by the 2 Spitfires. powered by the Rolls-Royce Griffin, the second by the Rolls-Royce Merlin.
So the lead aircraft has got that famous elliptical wing, but the second aircraft has a clipped wing.
Yep, a lot of them operated in that particular configuration, especially on lower level missions. As the Griffin rotated in the opposite direction to the Merlin, a much larger engine as well. 24 different marks of Spitfire and about 8 variants of the Seafire, the navalised version, flew. In total, over 23,000 Spitfires and Seafires manufactured. It's an incredible figure to think of that number of aircraft, and then you add the hurricanes, the tempests, the typhoons. PR-19 utilised for high altitude photography and also some very, very low altitude photography of enemy positions across the continent towards the end of the war. The Mark 16 Spitfire, a bubble canopy version. Numerous squadrons equipped with that bubble canopy version in the final year of the war. Spitfires used by over 36 countries in every theatre of the war, from the Russian Arctic right the way through to the China, Burma, India theatre, and also in the South Pacific. Very distinctive sound of the Mark 19 Griffin engine as the Lancaster flies through again. This Lancaster was one of a batch of 500 manufactured by Vickers Armstrong at Broughton Factory, Chester, and it was converted for use by the Tiger Force. That was a force that was to operate the RAF force as part of Operation Downfall, which was to be attacks on the Japanese homeland and precursor to the invasion of Japan, but the atomic bomb saw the end of that, and so the aircraft was not used. Eventually used as a photographic reconnaissance aircraft, all the turrets removed, and issued to number 82 Squadron in September 1948 for operations in the East and South Africa. It flew with the unit until 1952. Wonderful, wonderful aircraft. Hopefully that machine will be flying in another 100 years. Give me the big wires that fly past.